Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So I'm continuing on with my Dollar Tree makeup swatch party series, and today I'm doing part 2 of swatching my Dollar Tree eyeshadows. I think the eyeshadows alone are going to be a 4-parter. I've already done part 1, and I also did part 1 of my Dollar Tree blushes as well. I'll have both linked down below so you can catch them if you missed them, but today I'm focusing on LA Colors 6 pans and LA Colors trios. And then there were a couple quads I forgot in my last video, so I'm including them as well. So I'm gonna show you all of my different LA Colors quads. I have both the old ones and the new formulations, as well as all of the trios. And so we're gonna swatch them, you're gonna get to see them, and this is just super fun. So the makeup look I'm wearing will be out next. It's kind of a icy blue makeup look using all bargain makeup, mostly Dollar Tree, and so be on the lookout for that. And of course, if you're a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming on back for another video. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica, and I'm basically a bargain makeup channel. What I mean by that is I like to do a lot of the same fun content that other makeup channels like to do. I just like to keep it in the bargain price point. So the closer to $1, the better. So if it sounds like you're in the right place, I do hope you'll become part of our Dollar Diva family here on YouTube. And yeah, so of course I'll have my other Swatch Party videos down below in the description box, as well as some other related content. So for instance, like some looks I've done with some of these that you're about to see today and all that good stuff. So definitely go check out the description box once you're done with this video. And I've got exciting news. I do have a P.O. box now. Definitely, I've had some people ask when I'm gonna get one. And so definitely, I have that information down below in the description box as well if you are interested. So without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So I'm gonna start with the old formulations of the LA Colors 6 pans. You remember these, I'm sure a lot of you still have these. They're the LA Colors 6 pans with the white on the packaging. So I've got 5 of them. I think the only one I'm missing is Almost Nude. I'm not sure if they had one in the old formulations, but I've got Fling, it's kind of this colorful one. I've got Hot, I've got Lucky, I've got Night Out, and I've got Playful. So with Lucky, it's a green color story, and the one thing that the old one has in common with the new one is it's this green color story. So the old formulations of these weren't really matte or shimmery. They were kind of a satin, somewhere in between. And the color stories were a little bit repetitive. You know, you can see where a couple of these greens, you really can't tell the difference. Night Out, for instance, has these 2 teal shades that are very, very, very similar. Playful, again, has shades that are just very, very similar. Whereas you can see the new formulations, there's like a brighter shimmery green. That shade of shimmery green is beautiful. You've got a gold. You know, you've just got much more variation. Fling here is not nearly as repetitive as the old one. There's also more like differentiation between the mattes and the shimmers. For instance, like in the Almost Nude one, you've got these 2 beautiful shimmers right here, and you've got some mattes as well. So let's go ahead and swatch the old Lucky, and I'll swatch the new Lucky right next to it so you can see the difference. I don't really reach for the old ones anymore unless I am duping a palette. Here are the swatches. These ones here are from the new Lucky, and the other ones here are from the old Lucky. So that is the difference between the old and the new. So now on to Playful. So they both have in common that they're kind of these more pink color stories. This one here is probably the most similar to its old self, I would say. And I do favor some of these over others. Hot is my favorite one, and On Cloud 9, which is a new color story for these LA Color 6 pans. I think those are the 2 best. Lucky is really pretty good too. So here's the new versus the old. This is the new side, and that is the old side. See, very similar. Like I said, and this one here probably has the least change from the new to the old, but just a really nice kind of a pink color story. Not one that I reach for often, but if you wanted a pink look, either one that you have is really going to yield you a similar result. So now on the opposite end of the spectrum, the Night Out color story changed dramatically. So the old one looked like this. It had kind of these random colors. And the new one is very poignantly orange. It's got this beautiful shade up here on the top that is unlike really anything I've ever seen. And the top 3 are shimmers and the bottom ones are mattes. So yeah, could not be different. And this is the same name. So when they reformulated, they really changed this one up. And I feel that they definitely changed this one up for the better. So of course you can easily tell which one is which. The original one has some interesting colors, and it's kind of an interesting color story, but like I said, this shade right here, and because my camera won't focus as well, you can't really see it very well, but that's a super shimmery like orange shade that's just different than anything from the Dollar Tree. And yeah, just a completely different color story. So now Playful. There's some similarities, but I do feel that they definitely added some extra stuff in the new one. So of course, the old one and the new one right here, and we will swatch and just kind of see what we get. So there's the old versus the new, and some, I mean, they're both really gorgeous. You know, of course, there's a lot of repetition between the two with the blues. Of course, the old one is a little bit more repetitious than the new one. That like green is just gorgeous right there. But yeah, that is the old. And then a couple of these shades down here, they're very, very, very similar. So that part of the palette's very similar to itself. But the rest have some, you can see where they did some variation in the newer one. And then I think one of the biggest improvements too is Haute. And I was kind of told how to pronounce H-A-U-T-E, and Haute, I don't really know. I call it Haute, but I think it's like Haute or something like that. Anyways, this is kind of a neutral kind of a color story, and this one here really got an improvement in a big way, mainly because of the differentiation between the mattes and the shimmers. These shimmers in here are so gorgeous. I recently did a MOCHA Mousse makeup look, which is the color of the year, and for 2025, and I used the new Hot palette for some shades. So definitely let me know down below if you got the new and or the old formulations of these. You know that I love talking to you all. So here are the shades. Of course you can see the shimmers right there-ish. This shade here is in the old one is kind of a very unique shade. It's kind of a brown, but it's got like a plum kind of undertone to it. So really you could get a really nice look. You get, with the two of them, you get like a 12 pan neutral eyeshadow palette. But what I really love about the new one is you get these shimmers here. That one there is just, those two shimmers are just everything. They're really, really beautiful. Then we have a new color story for the LA Color 6 pan, and then we've got this one here that I feel like there is an old version. I just don't have it. This is almost nude, and again, like Hot, it's got 4 mattes and 2 shimmers that are just beautiful. So there is that color story. So just another really nice neutral palette with a couple different shimmers and some nice variation in their mattes. That is almost nude. I'm actually wearing a couple of these shades on my eyes right now. This is in on Cloud 9, and it's a new color story, and I absolutely love this color story. I love that it's got these different blues and it's got these shimmers. It's even got some almost duochrome-esque type shimmers. And I love that it's got a pop of brown in there, because sometimes you want to pop a brown with your blue or your green eyeshadow. Y'all look at that color story. Look at how beautiful that is. This like shade right here, the camera doesn't even do it justice. It's got a slight shift in it. It's really beautiful. This was in one of my top, I did a video where I did like the top products to come through Dollar Tree that were new for 2024, and this one was in there. Very, very beautiful color story, I feel. So now moving on to the LA Colors trios. I believe I have them all. I have decluttered some over the years, and they've kind of changed some of them over the years. Like for instance, like I've got an old Water Lily. This is a new Water Lily. So you can see they're very different color stories. Now somebody told me these are meant to be like companion palettes to each other or something like that. Now Desert Rose is different than Water Lily. They're similar, but they are different. Like right there, that's like your Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. This one here is Tumbleweed. I think this is a slightly newer one as well. Then you got Orchid and Sunflower, which are really nice little matte palettes, or they have a lot of mattes in them. Then you get this little smoky one, which is Lily, and then you've got, I'm missing one. Oh no, I've got it right here. Got Lotus, which has colors in it, and then you've got Iris. So let's do some swatching. And the older ones of these are probably not the best. I think the newer ones like Desert Rose kind of has a slightly better formulation than the older ones. And I didn't buy some of these new, so they may have reformulated. So if you buy some of these new, like Orchid or Lily, they may have a better formulation now, because LA Colors is known to do that. So these 3 right here, these are the swatches. You know, just some really nice neutrals. Some are warm, some are more taupe, and then some are cool. Like I said, this right here is like your Urban Decay Naked Heat palette right here. And let's just go ahead and swatch all of these. This shade here in the middle of the Water Lily palette, the one that looks more coppery, is absolutely gorgeous. It's a stunning, it's a super pigmented shimmery shade, and it's really beautiful. This one here, Desert Rose, is very, very buttery, and the pigmentation is really nice. So these three right here are on my arm, and really, really beautiful, great for fall. You know, like I said, it's like a Dollar Tree heat palette, you know what I'm saying? So really, really nice. Then we got Water Lily, Lotus, and Iris, and these are kind of your color. I think the blue and green in this trio they're amazing. And then Iris, I'm kind of always wanting it to be a little bit better than it is. Although that shade there at the bottom is really pretty. I guess these are actually pretty pigmented. Yeah, that color there, I just wish it had a little bit more of a shift in it, but I love this blue and green up here. So we get these three right here, and these are the swatches, and this is if you want a little bit of color with your Dollar Tree eyeshadow. Then the last two are some quads that I forgot in my last video where I focused on Dollar Tree quads, and they just kind of got lost in the mix. I had them somewhere else. And one is from the LA Colors Nude Glam collection. This is Pink Love, and it's pretty, but for me it's a little bit of an underwhelming color story. And then this one here was in the Just Vibing collection. It's got these pinks, which I just absolutely love. It kind of screamed Barbie, which of course was huge last year. So let's go ahead and swatch them. So there we go. There is the Just Vibing quad. Beautiful pink shimmers are just really, really nice. Of course, I am so excited to see what LA Colors comes up with this spring. And I'd love to see Ione come up with more of their singles. So here is Pink Love. Again, a really nice, pretty color story from the Nude Glam collection from about 3 or so years ago. So if you enjoyed this video, of course, hit that like button. Definitely let me know what palettes you have and what you think of them. Like I said, I will have the other 2 videos in this series down below so you can catch up if you missed those. Be on the lookout for this makeup look coming out next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.